I hop on a bike, because that's when essentially I feel like my body is not loose enough. And last year I had nothing. I didn't look into it, didn't think nothing of it. But when I was sitting in the Nebraska game, I just felt like kind of like cold, like my body, because we really hadn't got like a lot of kicking opportunities. So and I felt like that's a point of emphasis. I needed to study this offseason. So yeah, I really hammered that. And then, the nervousness, I guess, all athletes get it, and I feel like I've honestly helped myself with that, just because I have like a set mental routine now, where it's not I'm just sitting out there, all right, get ready to kick, like I got like this, and this, and like that's how it's gonna be. And I just want to put myself in a position where I don't miss because of how I'm thinking, and ultimately builds you more confidence.
How does that pair now? Has it increased your physical ability? You said it's going well in practice, right?
Well, I mean, the accuracy. It's just something, you just got to experience it to it's like success isn't just a straight line up, you go here, and then you're here, and then you're here, and then you're here, and then you're here, As long as you don't quit, I mean, as long as you're doing something, the hope is you keep going up.
This camp, and is it anything different about this now that you're a little older and you've been through the adversity?
I mean, yeah. Some people would call it like the sophomore slump, I don't know. I'm going through a lot of body changes then. I mean, you can blame it on whatever you want. Bottom line is that's over with. I'm ready to go this season. And I would say in terms of the room, I feel more comfortable because I grew up an oldest child. So I'm used to being like the big brother, and now it's like I'm the old guy. I'm like rising junior and all this. And we got 3 incoming freshmen. I got to show around. It's like you're not allowed to be the newcomer anymore. You got to be the big brother. And I'm used to being the big brother. So I feel like that's a correlation that is worth mentioning that translates to football.
What have you changed with your approach to some of your kicks? It sounds like maybe you've made some tweaks with your follow-through, your approach to the ball. I don't know what you want to qualify that.
I've made tweaks to my mental game, so I've just been more detailed in that. I feel like the statistics in practice have like shown tremendous increases. Even spring ball is kind of bumpy, and then I figured something out over the summer, and it ultimately was just being more detailed in what I do. Which coach was, he was trying to ram that in my head. I don't think I quite understood it last year. Now I get it. I think the practice is showing. We could always all get better at everything,
Yeah.
But to get really technical with you on what I've actually changed. So before I would just roll out there and just try to be relaxed, and that's just what I just think. All right, take your steps back, go kick the ball. Now I got this set routine, and there's this empty space between when you pick out your target and then when you nod. Well, when I pick out my target, I look back and I nod at the holder, and then that space between when I nod and then whenever the ball snapped, it's just empty. And I feel like a lot of thoughts, at least in practice, I figured this out, just thinking, because I think differently. I test my mental game every day. And I noticed that your mind could wander there. Sometimes it could be good, days when you're high. Sometimes it can be bad days when you're not high. For example, Nebraska, I'd say. That would be an example of a not hot day. Or Michigan State, obviously, is an example of a hot day last year. But those inconsistencies in the mental game, I think, could have translated to inconsistencies in the actual game. And I think nailing that has led to consistencies in practice. And so that space, that empty space, I filled with a set one thing in my routine that I want to focus on. So now when I get there, I am thinking of something instead of allowing my mind to possibly wander somewhere else.
Yeah. Kick protection maybe was not talked about as much as it should have been last year with a couple of the blocks, but that's up for debate, I guess. But has there been anything you've done technique-wise to create more of an upward trajectory with even some of your shorter kicks?
Yeah.
What have you done specifically maybe with that?
I really haven't done too much in that area. I mean, that I feel like was just a small, simple fix. Now, I used to aim for like, there's a bone in your foot, which is like the hardest part that kickers aim to kick at.
Okay.
It's called the metatarsal bone.
Yeah.
And when we say higher and lower on your foot, which is like when you say like to coach, hey, how do you feel about this ball? And I'd say like, oh, I hit it a little too low on my foot, a little too high on my foot. That's like low is towards your toe and high is towards your ankle. And ideally, if we're perfect human beings, you hit the metatarsal every time on a perfect kick. And for me, I tend to miss high, which would be towards your ankle, and that causes the ball to like curl or move. And I actually figured this out like a few practices ago that I need to aim lower on my foot. It causes a higher trajectory, and the spin rotation of the ball moves the same no matter what wind you're in. Okay. So I feel like that's also a contributing factor to
I was told you swing a driver like a gorilla. Is that true?
Yeah, I wanted to have said that.
If that's not true, you need to set the record straight.
No, I do. I mean, I don't mean to.
325, 350?
I mean,
seriously? That's. I mean, I know you grew up at Greens of Augusta, but.
Yeah. I mean, I grew up playing golf, but
yeah.
I mean, I don't know. When the big stick comes out, I want to swing, you know.
You're a better kicker than you are long driver.
Kicking a lot more. Yeah, definitely a better kicker than golf. Whenever I'm done with kicking, I'm gonna master golf. That's the plan.
What? It sounds like Jack's having a really strong start.
Brother?
Yeah.
Yeah. I talked to him today actually. Statistically, he's perfect right now, but
wow.
You know, I don't know what the kicks look like, what the conditions.
Yeah, they're going in, right?
You know. Perfect versus not perfect. You don't know if he's kicking 50 yarders or 30 yarders.
Right.
But yeah, he's doing pretty good up there in South Dakota.
You glad he went up there? So he's not pushing you here?
You better be glad he's going up there.
That's perfect. You got I call him a veteran guy, Andrew Stevens, ahead of you. So what's it been like?
It's awesome. It's awesome to compete with Tripp. He's one of the best kickers in the country to me, so it's just great being able to learn from him, follow what he does day-to-day basis, and just be able to kick with him every day. So it's awesome.
What's the bigger challenges you see? Is there any like? So far, you're in, I know, summer. So climate differences with growing up kicking where you were at down south and being here. Anything yet? And how are you looking forward to kicking in the cold?
I think spring ball was more that lesson for me. It was a lot more windy than I'm from, so I learned that lesson. So now it's just normal to me. I haven't hit the cold yet, so I don't know.
Who in the special teams unit have you gotten close to?
Pretty much all of them. I mean, there's only 6 of us in the room, so we all take care of each other. And frankly, it's the 6 of us who really know the craft when it goes to the full operation. So we all take care of each other, and we all just are really a family. So
what's it like being coached by LeVar?
He's the best in the business, so it's awesome. He's amazing on and off the field, so I love Coach Woods.
And what about being around Reese? How's he acclimating himself and on and off the field, I guess?
Yeah, I love Reese. I love him. He's a character.
Yeah. What makes him a character? What, is it a sense of humor? Or?
Yeah, just go-lucky guy and just talk to him. So it's awesome.
Show you pictures of his koalas and his kangaroos or anything like that?
I've not seen any of those yet, no. So.
Okay. Is he going to take you to Australia someday?
Yes, that's the goal. Hopefully.
Okay. You get close to him and then you'll get a trip to Down Under.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, very good to talk to you, Tripp.